Welcome to another episode of Naija Football Talk, and it's good to have you here once again. Today, we're moving away from club football, not to my delight, but to the delight of a certain man here in the studio with me. Bolu, how's it going today?
Man, I'm happy. The Super Eagles will be playing. It's not Chelsea, or let's talk reality things, please.
But Chelsea actually won a game.
Let's talk about
Chelsea
our
actually won
country.
a game.
Yeah,
Are you not
yeah,
actually happy?
we've been good in the last few games, but now it's Nigeria, please. Yeah, friendly games.
Yeah, so away from club action, we move down to our favorite Super Eagles of Nigeria. In less than a fortnight from now, the Super Eagles will take on two important games which will kickstart their roundup fixtures before the FIFA 2026 World Cup qualifiers. And to that effect, Jose Peseiro has named a 25-man squad with some key additions and some key omissions as well. The big talking point is Urban missing out and the re-additions of Alex Iwobi, Kenneth Omero, and Bright Osai Samuel. So, Bolu, what are your rough takes on the squad list?
Squad generally. You said a key absence was Gift Orban. He got his first call up in the September international break. He didn't get. Apparently, he got a knock in training or thereabouts. He didn't make an appearance. But now, since then, he has had a bit. A couple problems at his club side. He has not scored in about 6 matches, so he's out of form at the moment. And Terry Murphy has been the usual Terry Murphy we know. Terry Murphy was a big omission actually last month's call-ups. So now he's back, and he's been good for. Legon for Nice. So yeah, he deserves the call-up, as well as names like Jordan Torunariga. He got another call-up. Fisayo Dele Bashiru is getting his first call-up. But what I'm most excited about actually is the fact that we're gradually beginning to see names like Ahmed Musa and William Troost-Ekong phased out. These are players that don't really have a future with the Super Eagles anymore. And I think Jose Peseiro is finally making good decisions in that respect of phasing out the veterans in the team and making the team fresher and bringing a bit more young faces. And also a name like Bruno Onyemaechi as well. He made his debut in the last game against Sao Tome and Principe. Very good left back, and he's getting another deserved call-up as well.
Yeah, speaking about good decisions, there's a bit of controversy, or maybe, fans have been asking the question of Nigeria's best formation, especially when you consider how gifted we are in attack. Against Sao Tome, we saw Peseiro play 4-4-2 formation with Awoni and Victor Osimhen leading the flanks. And you saw that produce good dividends. Both strikers actually got on the score sheet, and their overall gameplay was nice as well. But in terms of the balance for the Super Eagles team, do you think a 4-4-2 formation is our best line?
I do think that the 4-4-2 is Nigeria's footballing legacy. That's our identity as a football team. The 4-4-2, and Peseiro has done well to keep that up. He has used that formation consistently since he got the job over a year ago. So I think it's our strongest formation. It brings out the best in the number of attackers we have, because we can try different combinations and different kinds of players. And I think it's going to be very, very good for the team. It would allow the amount of forwards we have to have at least a fighting chance to get minutes, even if not through the center but on one of the flanks. So I think it's good to have a very competitive team in the attack.
And speaking about the attack, we have over 5, good forwards who are flying high at the moment, but it is not the same in midfield. In fact, if you check our past 2 squads, we've been light in midfield the most. The defense and the attack always have like 3 more names than the midfield. So why is this an issue so far?
This has been a problem that has gone beyond the last 2-3 call-ups. It's been a problem for the last 4 years, as far as I can remember. I think as far back as when Mikel Obi retired, we've been very light in the midfield. We've been recycling names like Etebo and Didi for the last few years, and I kept complaining about it for a long time during the last few years of Genoro's era, as well as in the first couple of call-ups for Peseiro as well, because we're not seeing any new names, and we had a lot of aging players there. But now Rafael Onyedika, he's in the squad. Aribo, well, he has not been getting much minutes for his club, but he's back in the squad. Ndidi has been very good for Leicester this season actually, and Iwobi is back in the squad. Hopefully Fisayo Dele Bashiru can give us something. I mean, we don't know what to expect, but hopefully he can give us something that we can build upon. And so there's also a name like Alassane Yusuf playing well for Antwerp in Belgium.
Yeah.
So I think those are the names that should constantly be getting called up in. Even if they don't get minutes as much, it should already be getting call-ups and being around the squad.
So, Bolu, quick one. Yes, so many strikers, but at the end of the day, only two strikers can start the game. So, if we consider that Victor Osimhen is an undisputed starting striker, who should be the best name to partner him? I mean, we have Awoni, we have Victor Boniface, and now we have Terry Murphy in the squad as well, and other good names, all competing for the other spot. Who do you think is worst? Like, I mean, best deserving of it? Sorry.
Osimhen has paired mostly with Ian Acho throughout most of his Super Eagles career. He has played with Ian Acho and someone like Chukwueze on his right. Those are the players he's most familiar with. But I think his best tactically, he has combined the best with Terry Murphy. I think they have the perfect combination of Terry Murphy dropping deep, being a left footer and being very creative and being able to create openings with his passes and his movements, daily movements. I think Osimhen's perfect partner is Terry Murphy. Another person he has played very well with is Ehe Anacho for a very long time. Victor Boniface, I'm looking to see how they can develop a chemistry over time. And like you said earlier, Awoni and Osimhen played well in the last game together. Although I think that tactically and long term, I don't think it's the best combination for us because they both are very similar players. And you will need different combinations in the attack, especially when you have wingers. I do think that Terry Murphy is Osimhen's best partner.
Yeah, and speaking about veterans, it's always sad sometimes to see veterans, leave. But in the case of Ahmed Musa, it's a bit of a mixed feeling. I mean, you can't deny what he has done in the Super Eagles jersey. Most capped player, and the legacy is there. And he has that respect among the squad mates. And you can see why he's fondly referred to as the governor. But now that he has been omitted from the squad, is it safe to say his time is officially up?
Yeah, it has to be. We're about to start another round of qualifiers for the World Cup. I don't see any reason why Ahmed Musa should be participating in that. In fact, I felt like he was an unwelcome member of the squads trying to qualify for the last World Cup and the last Nations Cup. Why is he still trying to go? Why did he still try to go to the 2022 World Cup? I felt like it should have just been phased out. So now it's a good thing that he's no longer getting to go. All the respect to Ahmed Musa and his legacy with the Super Eagles, that is untouchable so far. But I think his time was. I mean, he had paid his dues and his time was far spent. And at the point, he became a non-playing member of the squad, and he did that for so long. So I feel like it was overdue.
Yeah, just quickly, Bolu, before we wrap up this segment, just give us your quick predictions. Nigeria versus Saudi Arabia. What are your predictions looking like?
The Saudi team is very strong as well. I think it's going to be a draw. A 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how that plays out in a fortnight. But away from the Super Eagles, we move closer to home as we talk about the NPFL and touch base on all that's been happening after game week 1 last weekend. And now we are back and we're moving straight to NPFL gist. As our name implies, Naija Football Talk. It would be wrong if we don't talk about Naija football. Just so you know, this show, we are big supporters of Nigerian grassroots football and anything related to Nigerian football at large. And today we're giving prudence to the NPFL. It was an enjoyable first round of action, Bolu. What do you think?
Yeah, so far so good, and I'm most excited about the fact that the league seems to be improving every single year. In the last 2 editions, the last 2 seasons, it seems to be improving. Refereeing, in terms of fan engagement, in terms of number of new clubs that are making it a bit more exciting. So I think so far so good. Let's see how well the league has improved from last season.
Yeah, Bulu, it's good you mentioned new clubs because a new club has taken the NPFL by storm, and that's Sporting Lagos. They started as wildcards, for the past few months, and now they are making a name for themselves as one of the big shots. They actually started with a 2-0 win over Gombe United. And what are you looking forward to from Sporting Lagos?
Sporting is a club that has captivated a lot of fans, a lot of Lagos and Nigerian fans, and
have you actually seen a game from them?
I haven't yet, unfortunately.
I need to
get down to the stadium.
I've seen them live and it was nice.
Yeah, I heard it's always a good experience to watch them play. I would like to watch them play, actually, to be very honest. And hopefully they can actually improve because there are a lot of factors that mitigate that they're faced with clubs that a lot of new clubs are faced with on a daily basis in the league. And I think it will be very good for them to be able to get through and settle in the league and become a real superpower in the league.
Okay, so away from Sporting Lagos, let's touch down a bit of a controversial issue that made the round. I mean, people talk about the fan culture in Nigerian football, but this one was something very peculiar. Rivers United fans left the match with 15 minutes to go in their CAF Conference game against Etoile. Actually, they missed two penalties. The club missed two penalties, and over 5,000 fans left the stadium, and it led to people saying online that this is poor culture and all of that. And another set of people said, "Oh, this thing happens in Europe as well." So, what's your take on that?
I beg. The fans spent their money to come to the stadium.
Yeah.
They have a right to leave if what they're saying is.
I
if
mean,
they're not happy with what they're saying.
when United beat us now 8-2, if I was
Fans
in
will
that
leave.
stadium, if I was in that stadium, I would have left.
They happen
But
steady
but
now.
but the curious part is that Rivers United went on to win that game 2-0. They scored 2 goals in the last 10 minutes of the game after the fans left.
Well, personally, me, I'm not the kind of fan that likes to leave a game early. Even if I'm watching, no matter how boring or nonsense the game has been, I always like to see it to the end. I don't know why. It's something with me. I just would rather just sit there and watch the action to the very end. So if you missed, that's your cup of tea. You know the risk you're taking.
And speaking about new clubs, once again, new club is on the block. Launched a new team again in Lagos. Adding to the increase of sports clubs in Lagos out there. And how interesting is this, especially for Lagosians looking to build that sports and football culture?
It's very good for us. These are the kinds of things that young football fans like us all over the country, all over Lagos, have been looking forward to. Looking for the development of football, looking for how we can contribute to the development.
Maybe this can actually even, if you run Naija Football Talk.
Yeah,
FC.
exactly. Because this is good for everyone. These are the kinds of things we want to see.
Yeah.
We are tired of having clubs that are not accessible because you cannot go to the stadiums because it's not safe and things like that. We just want to have a club that we can relate with, and this is very exciting for young football fans, Nigerian football fans actually.
And just lastly, before we leave, because it would be wrong if we don't talk about this, the NPFL is actually now available for fans to stream and watch online via Propel Sports. I won't lie to you, I've not seen plenty NPFL games. I won't even lie to you, but I've seen quite a number of them. And now that Propel Sports will be broadcasting over 3,000 games starting from now, that should actually give rise to the patronage of the league. But do you think this will be enough to improve, sponsorship and viewership levels?
Well, I said earlier that there have been improvements in the last couple of stadiums. So I'm just another step in the right direction. There's VAR usage now in all the stadiums. So I mean, it's just these are the kind of things we always wanted. We've always talked about off camera. We've always talked about things like this. Being able to engage with Nigerian football from the grassroots level, being able to just get in your car and say, okay, this Saturday I'm going to watch a Nigerian Premier League match. That's what we've always wanted. So it's good for us all.
Okay, so strong words from Bully. It's good for us all. Nigerian football is improving as a whole, and these are the things we love to see. And also, the Super Eagles are also improving as well. I think fans, this is the happiest we have seen fans be when a squad list has been released, and we can only wait and see how the results play out in less than a fortnight from now. Away from here at Naija Football Talk, we'll go back to talking on football topics trending around the globe. And don't forget what you should do. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you've not done that. And join the conversation. Tell us what you think about Nigeria's best formation, Nigeria's best partnership.